Good day, everyone. I am Sir Okit, your grade 9 broadcast teacher for mathematics. Today, we're going to learn how to solve quadratic equation involving real-life situation. In solving quadratic equation, there are 4 methods. These are extracting the square roots, completing the squares, factoring, and using quadratic formula. So let's have first the objective of our lesson. First, identify problems that can be solved using quadratic equation. Second, solve quadratic equation using a variety of methods, the 4 methods of solving quadratic equation. Third, appreciate quadratic equation through formulating real-life problems. For this video, we will learn how to solve quadratic equation by using quadratic formula. Thus, the quadratic formula is x equals negative b positive and negative square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. To solve the quadratic equation using the quadratic formula, you need to determine the value of a, b, and c in the quadratic equation in the standard form of ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0, and then substitute the values in the formula. Then simplify the expression. So always remember the step, and let's have our first example. Find the solution of the equation 2x squared plus 3x minus 27 equals 0. So first, let us find the value of a, b, and c in the equation. So a equals 2, b equals 3, and c equals negative 27. And now, let us substitute all the values we obtained in our quadratic formula. So we have negative times 3 positive and negative square root of 3 to the power of 2 minus 4 times 2 times negative 27 all over 2 times 2. So we need to simplify first inside the radical and the parentheses. So we have negative 3 positive negative square root of 9 plus 216 equals 3 times 3 equals 9, 4 times 2 minus 27 equals 216. Then 9 plus 216 is equal to square root of 225. Copy all the necessary terms, and now let's proceed. The square root of 225 is equal to, yes, positive and negative 15. So we obtain the equation of negative 3 positive and negative 15 all over 4. Do we already have our value of x? Not yet. Have yet our value of x. So let us separate negative 3 plus 15 all over 4 and negative 3 minus 15 all over 4. So let's have first negative 3 plus 15 all over 4. So negative 3 plus 15 equals 12 all over 4 equals 3. So x is equal to 3. How about negative 3 minus 15 all over 4? So negative 3 minus 15 equals 8, negative 18 all over 4, and it can be reduced into the lowest term, which is negative 9 over 2. So we have our x, 3 and negative 9 over 2. This example, I will teach you how to check if the solution or the roots can satisfy the equation. So let's have our checking. To check if our solution can satisfy the expression, we will substitute the value of x to our original equation. To check the solution that we obtain against equation 2x squared plus 3x minus 27 equals 0, we will substitute the value of our x to the original equation. Always remember that the left and right side should be equal so that the expression is correct. So let's have first when x is equal to 3. Substitute the value of x to the original equation, and we obtain 2 times 3 to the power of 2 plus 3 times 3 minus 27 equals 0. So we also have 2 times 9 plus 9 minus 27 equals 0. And it became 18 plus 9 minus 27 equals 0, and 27 minus 27 equals 0. So the right and left side are equal, both equal to 0. So let's have 9 over 2. So 2 times 9 over 2 to the power of 2 plus 3 times 9 to the power over 2 minus 27 equals 0. So 2 times 81 over 4 equals 18. Copy 9 minus 27 equals 0. So 27 minus 27 equals 0. So the right and left side of the equation have the same answer, which is 0. Yes, very good. Therefore, the solution can satisfy the expression. So, let us go to the next example. Example number 2. Mr. Ryan needs to make a study table whose length is 2 meters longer than its width. His plywood has an area of 6 square meters. What will be the dimension of the table with the available wood? Can we solve this one by using quadratic formula? Yes. The table that they're making is rectangular. So we have here our width is x meters and our length is x plus 2 meters. In finding the area of rectangle, the formula is length times width equals to area. So let us just substitute the given length and width and area to our formula. So we have x plus 2 times x is equal to 6. So using distributive property, x times x is equal to x squared plus x times 2 is equal to 2x equal to 6. Then we have obtained x squared plus 2x minus 6 equals to 0. So we already have our quadratic equation. And now, we have now our quadratic equation, which is x squared plus 2x minus 6 equals 0. So let us find our a is equal to 1, b equals 2, and c equals negative 6. So we already have the values of a, b, and c. So let us substitute the value of our a, b, and c in the quadratic formula. So we obtain negative 2 positive negative 2 times 2 minus 4 times 1 times negative 6 all over 2 over 1. So let us now simplify the expression inside the radical and the parentheses. So negative 2 positive and negative square root of 2 times 2, 4 plus 4 negative 4 times 1 times negative 6 is equal to 24. So 4 plus 24 equals 28. So we obtain negative 2 positive negative square root of 28 all over 2. And now, how should we find the value of our x? To find the value of x, let us separate negative 2 plus square root of 28 all over 2 and negative 2 minus 28 all over square root of all over 2. So we have now, we all know that 28 is not a perfect square. So we will find a factor that has a perfect square, which is 4 times 7. So we obtain negative 2 plus 2 square root of 7, which is 2, is the square root of 4 all over 2, and divide it by 2. So we obtain negative 1 plus square root of 7. Very good. That's just simple. And next, with the same procedure, let us find the value of x when x is equal to negative 2 minus square root of 28 all over 2. 28 is not a perfect square, so we need to find a factor of 28 that has perfect square, which is, Yes, 4 times 7. So we obtain negative 2 minus 2, which is the square root of 4, square root of 7, all over 2. Just remain the square root of 7 inside the radical. So next, divide it by 2. So we obtain negative 1 minus square root of 7. Very good. Since x is equal to negative 1 minus square root of 7 is negative, and we cannot use it to find our length and width. Therefore, x is equal to negative 1 plus square root of 7 is our length. So, or 1.64. So let us substitute the value of our length. Length times width is equal to a. So to find the value of width, 1.64 times width equals 6. So divide both sides by 1.64 and we obtain our width, which is 3.65. Therefore, our length is 1.64 and our width is 3.65. Great job! Now, let's proceed to the last and third example for this quadratic equation. Example 3. Mr. Lucas is playing a ball to make fun with his daughter. He thrown the ball straight up from 3 meters above the ground with a velocity of 4 meters squared. When it does, it hit the ground. Now, can we solve it by using quadratic formula? Yes, we can solve it, but note that the height starts at 3 meters and it travels upward for 14 meters per second. And note that the gravity pulls it down, changing its position by about 5 meters per second squared. The enthusiastic negative 5t squared is simplified from negative 1/2 at squared with 9.44. Solution: add them up with height h at any time t is. So h is equal to 3 plus 14t minus 5t squared. And the ball will hit the ground when the height is 0. So we have 3 plus 14t minus 5t squared equals 0. In the standard form, it looks like, yes, negative 5t squared plus 14t plus 3 equals 0. But it looks better when we multiply terms by negative 1. It equals negative 5t squared minus 14t minus negative 3. And now we need to find the value of our a, b, and c, which are 5a, b is equal to negative 4, and c is equal to negative 3. All we need to do is to, yes, substitute the values of a, b, and c to our quadratic formula. Okay, class, let us substitute the value of a, b, and c to our quadratic formulas, which we have negative times negative 14 positive and negative square root of negative 14 squared minus 4 times 5 times negative 3 all over 2 over 5. So first, simplify the equation. We're in the radical. So we have 196 plus 60 all over 10. So we come up with the answer of 14 plus the negative square root of 256, which 256 has the square root of positive and negative 16. So we have the equation of 14 positive and negative 16 all over 10. Very good. Now let us solve for our x. When x is 14 plus 16 all over 10, so we have 14 plus 16 is equal to 30 over 10 equals, very good, 3. When x is 14 minus 6 over 10, 14 minus 6 equals negative 2 over 10 equals, yes, negative 0.2. So our value of our x, or solution or roots, are 3 and negative 0.2. The t equals negative 0.2 is a negative time, impossible in our case. Thus, the t equals 0 is the answer that we want. The ball hits the ground after 3 seconds. Here's a graph for the parabola. h is equal to negative 5t squared plus 14t plus 3. It shows you the height of the ball versus term. Some interesting points are 0 and 3 when t is equal to 0, the ball is at 3 meters. When negative 0.20 says that negative 2 seconds before we threw the ball, it was a ground level. This will never happen. So our common sense says to ignore it. So 30 says that 3 seconds is our answer. So good job, everyone. I think you can now do it and solve any real life problem using quadratic formula. Thank you and